everybody, namaskaram, vanakkam. Oh, loads. Like they always get called. Stop now. I want to roam around at night. That's my choice. I don't want to have babies. That's my choice. Oh yeah, that all. And especially when all these women who come up and tell me, that's the challenge. That's what I want to do. I'm like, yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. Let us see. The start has begun. When like from the beginning of my career, I've been saying, you have only 5 years, so do maximum movies and make the money you can, and you'll fade out. These words, compromise, all of this has been, it keeps playing around. It really works inside you. It affects you. It affects your self-esteem. It affects your confidence as an artist. And I somehow have felt that, that's what they want also. At some point, they kind of want to keep you down there, so that you don't really come up and prove yourself and make a mark for yourself. I don't know why they do that, I just feel if all artists work out there and if that balance is maintained, look around you, there are so many women. Why don't we see that on the screen? It's not the same ratio, so there's something wrong there. So why does that happen? I do always wonder, and especially when all these women who come up and tell me, we were so inspired by that particular role or this particular speech or this particular show you did, I realized that there is a huge female audience out there who actually truly are looking out for meaningful stories about them, meaningful narratives and perspectives about them. And I don't know why the industry completely denies to acknowledge the fact that 50% of their audience are women. I just do not get that. They can't, I don't know how long they are going to say that, the female, how long they're not going to acknowledge the women audience out there. So it feels great, if you ask me. Like, recently there was this TED talk and about this whole fish fry controversy that came in, and there was this whole hullabaloo about how trivial my feminism was because it was for a fish fry. And I strongly believe that all these people who are making a fuss, they're not making a fuss because they have not understood my speech. I think they're just feigning ignorance because that is the easy way out. It would be a lot of effort if they actually try to understand what I'm trying to say and actually bring about a change in their daily lives, to acknowledge that there are women around who are not given a fair stand in life. So I think they're just acting as if they've not understood what I was trying to say. Come on, it's very, very obvious. You can see it all around us. So don't tell me that you didn't understand what I was trying to say in the speech. So, but then there were women who came up to me wherever I travel. I have young girls, I have old women who come up to me and tell me, I didn't get that fish fry when I was young. And I feel so great that I spoke up for all of them. I feel absolutely brilliant to be alive, to have this platform, to have the voice, to speak for all of them. I feel absolutely brilliant. Yeah, social media trolling that happened. It's not because they didn't understand. I'm very, very sure they very clearly understood that, okay, there is one woman who's standing up and asking for what she deserves. This is going to reach so many other women out there who are listening to this, and tomorrow they are also going to stand up and ask for it. I think they're just worried about that. I think feminism is about choice, people. You want to wear a parda, wear it, but let it be your choice. You want to cook for your husband, cook for him, but let it be your choice. I want to roam around at night, that's my choice. I don't want to have babies, that's my choice. I mean, it's about choice. It's about you deciding what you should be doing. You being treated on par with everybody around you. It's basic human rights. I don't know how you don't get it. Seriously. So like I guess most of y'all know that one of my colleagues was attacked in a moving car last year in February. And it shocked us, it stunned us. I still remember feeling numb and helpless, and I was watching the news on television, and I was calling up everybody to kind of understand what the situation was, and I lost it at home. I was because there was news channels reporting crap about her, questioning her character in between all of this issue. And I just couldn't understand how people, how the media and the society as a whole could be so careless, could be so insensitive in the way they dealt with a situation, a matter that was so, that kind of altered a person's life completely, that kind of shattered a person's life. I remember reading comments from people saying, oh, she's an actress, serves her right. She would have done this for the money maybe. Like, I was shocked that, people could look, I mean, why, I don't know why they look at an actress like that. I don't think an actor is ever looked at like that. But yeah, an actress is. And the media and the way the industry in the very beginning, the way they responded to this whole issue, everything was very, very disturbing. And, I have been disturbed by a lot of issues in the industry before, but this was the limit. Like, we were like up against the wall. There was no other way but to turn back and say, this was enough. Like, really, stop calling her the victim, victim, the rape victim. I mean, come on, she just survived it. She just went to the police station on the very same night. She registered a case. She spoke in length to so many police officers, recounting what happened to her. Come on, that deserves an applause. I mean, that needs a lot of courage. And you can't sit there and judge her and call her a victim. So we had to change that perspective. We had to change the narrative. We had to call her the survivor. We had to tell people. I feel sick in my stomach to say that, we had to actually stand up and tell people to be more sensitive. But then, yes, we did that. And I still remember I was at home and I was like really, like I was in tears and I'm like, what the hell is happening? And Ashik was like, see, there's no point losing your cool, you can't just get afraid like this. Pull yourself together, and if you want something to change, if you want change, you have to get up and do something about it. Nobody else is going to come and change things for you. And that kind of really struck a chord. Yes, that was so true. Nobody's going to change it for us. If there is something that we want changed here, I think we'll have to stand up and ask for it, or else, wait for everybody to kind of realize it and then come. No, I don't have that time. So so we just got together. I just picked up my phone and called all the people I knew from the industry who I was close to. So I spoke to Keetu, I spoke to Ramya, Parvati, Binama. I called whoever, and they called whoever they could. And 18, 19 of us got together. And we just wanted to know what was happening with the case, because it was almost 3 to 4 months and nothing was happening. Such a huge, high-profile case with such a huge name involved. And if nothing was happening there, then what's the scenario of a normal person out there who's also dealing with a similar situation? So I think, see, it's not about, she was an actress. So no, she was a friend, and we just wanted to make sure that, when it happens to one of us at least, let us stand up and be with her, fight along with her and set an example. I don't know. We just did it at that point because we didn't see any other way. We thought that was the right thing to do, and we knew there would be a lot of repercussions. We knew that we'll be singled out. We knew nobody's going to like it, but then it was the right thing to do. And if we didn't do it at that point of time, I think we would have never forgiven ourselves if we didn't do it. So we came together, and we thought we met the Chief Minister of Kerala, and we asked him to speeden up things, to take it more seriously, and we really wanted to see, whoever was at fault, we wanted that person to be brought into the law. And and the case and the course followed. You know what happened after that. But then, from a WCC point of view, that was just a trigger point. That is what triggered us to kind of stand up and say enough is enough. So we have a long journey ahead. So we are just a group of women who have never worked in the public platform. We really don't know how a collective should work. We are all extremely busy with our careers. We are all in different parts of the world most of the time. So we have our own set of challenges, and we're not a union. We're not like a workers' union. We are more or less of a collective who wants to bring about a change in the collective consciousness of a society, of an industry, to try and make people sit up, notice that there are issues that we have not dealt with yet. We are such a big industry, and we don't have a guideline for sexual harassment, a guideline as to how to counter sexual harassment at workplace in our industry. We don't have an internal complaint cell. So if something happens, we don't know what to do. Most of the time, we are all kept silent because we are silenced, and we think we don't have anybody to go to. We're always singled out on sets, right? Because there are 2 or 3 women on a set all the time. So we don't know where to go, whom to talk to. So I think, on those lines, we thought coming together and having a place to sound off all your worries, or, at least ask, what can I do next? At least to give them legal counseling or psychological counseling if they have a bigger issue. At least for us to give them leads, at least a platform where they can come and talk, share their problems, and see if we can find any solutions. And later on, I think, just like how we wanted to change the narrative and the perspective in the case of our friend, I think even when it comes to movies, it's high time we bring in another perspective, the perspective of a woman writer, a woman director, a woman camera woman. We have not seen it. We have been seeing movies made by men for men for the longest period. So, but there is another side. So all this while, like the other day I was telling, Beena Paul is the only female editor in the whole Malayalam film industry. And she's been around for some 40 years. And we haven't been able to bring about one other female editor. 40 years. So why is that happening? Why is that, we have only actresses coming in and going, with very few of them making a mark? I think the real power lies on the other side, where we create content, we create stories, we tell our own stories from our own perspectives. That is where the power lies. There are so many, I know, there is Ashik, there is Rajiv Ravi, there is Shyam Pushkaran, Dr. Biju, even the Kamal sir. I mean, everybody is for the movement, but they're all a little shocked that, something has just suddenly come up and they're dealing with the change. They never really had to deal with this before. They never really knew a situation like this. So they're trying to understand what we're trying to say. Again, it's the very first time that somebody's saying what we're saying. So I think everybody's just grappling with that right now. Yes, but I see light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, we had quite a few girls who came up to us after that regarding payment and regarding harassment on the work sets, and they were like, we didn't know we could complain, we didn't know where to complain, and yes, that is exactly where we are getting at. So right now, FEFCA, the film, the Film Technicians Union, they have formed a wing for the women of the industry, which is a new. So we are so happy that we triggered that change. I hope that happens in every other association and union out there in the film industry. They have understood that women have a separate set of problems and issues that we have to be dealt from a very different angle. So I'm happy that people are sitting up and taking notice. No, see, when there is so much of trolling and there is so much of backfiring that happens when we stand up and talk, we understand that they realize we have the power to bring about change. They are just validating our strength and our power by trolling us. And that kind of gives me a lot of, I'm like, yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. So yeah, of course, it's not the same scenario as what we see in Hollywood. We don't have those moments where, you know, even the men, every other man comes with a Time's Up pin, or men who have faced harassment charges are taken off movies, and like how Kevin Spacey was taken off. No, we are not living in the same scenario or the same milieu here. But then, come on, they're way ahead of us. You know, they've been around for quite some time. So, but they have reached where they have reached today. So I'm sure we are also moving ahead, and the start has changed. What did I just say? No, the start has begun. Yes. Do subscribe to JFW, Just for Women.
JFW, South India's leading women's magazine. Now read at your convenience. To subscribe to your e-copy, log on to emag.jfwonline.com.